People who actually had sex with step-siblings. Why? Pornhub must be down for maintenance. Op had to come find out the rest of the storyline. You know way too much. A guy the first knew in high school got laid in the middle of the football field. So it was notable for many reasons and he bragged around about it. Right after our freshman year of college they became step-siblings lol. Hey booty, this is our new step-sister. Why don't you two get to know each other while I talk with her mom? Because if he's gonna be fucking my mom, you bet your ass I'll be fucking his daughter. Greater than because if he's gonna be fucking my mom, you bet your ass I'll be fucking his daughter. Your step-sibling is fucking your mom. So you're fucking your step-sibling's daughter. That's an interesting family dynamic you've got going on. Ah, the old Reddit switcheroo. I'd link it, but I don't think NSFW threads are allowed in switcheroo. Not me, but an old friend of mine had a step-sister. They were around 14 to 15 when their families got together, and being at that age and suddenly having a girl who isn't related to you by blood staying in close proximity made it hard for them. I guess one day they realized that since their parents often weren't home they could literally fuck and not have anyone catch them or wonder what they're doing since they're brother and sister. This apparently went on until the sister went to uni. They're both in separate relationships and still get along well, but not too well anymore. If you know what I mean. I think I know what you mean. In my hometown there was a reverse case. The boy's mother died and the girl was daughter of a single monsieur. The two married and always invited their parents for everything. The parents grew close and ended up marrying. So, the first couple ended up being married step-siblings. These cases ended on the court, where the judge decided that, while step-sibling marriage is illegal, the law can't be applied to past cases, as they weren't step-sibling when they married, and no law forbade the older couple to marry, as they weren't from the same family before their children's marriage. So everybody got happy ever after. I didn't know it was a law that step-siblings can't marry. Why would that be illegal? Because they have affective bonds. In Brazil, they say they are siblings by heart. Nice try Pornhub. Go find your own plots. So this is a very strange situation. Not me, but my mom and dad. Long before my parents even met. My grandparents on both sides got divorced. My parents met, got married, and had me, but ended up divorced before I could form memories. Don't know when it happened. I do know that after my parents got divorced, my mom's dad and my dad's mom got married. They are still married to this day. Because of that, technically, my parents are step-siblings that had sex. It might have been before they became step-siblings, but I think the story fits. Kind of a different perspective, but I dated a girl in high school and it didn't work out. I began dating another girl in college and 2 years later they became step-sisters. I didn't realize this until we met her new step-sister at the mall and she introduced us to each other. We both were horribly awkward, silent the whole day, and I eventually told my GF later that I used to date her new step-sister. She broke up with me because of it and refuses to talk to her step-sister as well. I think their parents have been married about 5 to 6 years now. I honestly felt terrible about it. I don't know why you felt bad. It wasn't as if you or the two step-siblings knew what was going to happen later down the road. I will ask if she broke up with as soon as she knew, or if she at least tried to get past the awkwardness of the situation. She was trying to steal my lemons. OMFG, lemon stealing horse. Because we both wanted to learn more about each other's bodies. I worked with a guy who claimed his step-sister gave him head because she wanted practice. I thought he was full of shit. Later that year, I had some friends that had a coworker that said she used her stepbrother for practice in bed. Turns out my coworker was her stepbrother and he wasn't full of shit. He had quit by time I found out. Not that I would have brought it up. They were like 16 to 18 years old. She was pretty, so I could see him having trouble fighting her off. So yeah, it probably happens often but isn't admitted often. Those two had no shame though. Kind of strange. At least there is one serious comment. So my cousin, he's 21 now, and his stepsister, 20, were dating in high school. They got caught doing the naughty in class and their parents were called in. And his dad, my uncle, and her mom, my now aunt, met and fell for each other and now they're married. So my cousin and his ex-stepsister broke up. I was always super close to my cousin, so I'm close to her too, and knew her pretty well before they were step-siblings. Maybe about a year ago I got high with them and asked them if they ever banged after their parents were married, and they seemed to get pretty uncomfortable and denied it. I giggled a bit because that's a yes. She has since admitted to me that they had once, but he won't admit it. I ain't judging them. It's kind of a weird situation. She's not bad looking, so I'd probably have too. What's kinda weird was I was in their house when they had, because the family was drinking and I guess that led to things. I always get a good chuckle when I think of it. Imagine taking your parents to school because you fucked up by fucking your GF only to find out that they are gonna fuck you up by fucking your GF's parents and making you and her steps that fucked each other and ultimately fucked up their life. That's a lot of fucking going on, huh? A little backstory. My dad married her monsieur. I'm the oldest of 3 brothers. She's the oldest of 3 sisters. We all moved into one house. Dad didn't plan this out well because the 3 boys had to share one bedroom and the 3 girls shared another. Oh, and only one bathroom between the 6 of us kids. Anyway, it seemed like she was always having some stupid issue. Upset because braces. Upset because she can't join the Boy Scouts. Upset because of a temporarily swollen nose. With all of that emotion flying around, it had to come out some way. So one night, Mom and Dad are out. The maid is out on a date with the butcher. So his kids are left alone. She and I went to my funky bedroom that used to be my dad's study. Then to my funky bedroom in the attic. And something suddenly came up. Now, here's a story. My friend met this guy while studying abroad and they ended up dating and getting engaged over a 2.5-year period. Then my friend's mother calls and says she's getting married. Long story short, my friend's fiancé ended up being her mother's new husband's son he kicked out, cut off, and disowned 8 years earlier. Did they end up getting married, your friend and step-brother? Yes, but their parents' marriage had ended. They lasted less than 4 months. And his father is now on his 6th marriage. He was stuck in the dryer, and one thing led to another. Wait a minute. Greater than step amateurs. From the username to the comment itself, you sir are a red flag. My stepsister is hot and I would do it in a heartbeat. Not sure why that's so taboo tbh. We aren't related genetically. There's no difference between her and a stranger on the street. It probably helps that we didn't grow up together and we don't actually consider each other step-siblings, but even that's the exact same situation. I think it's mostly taboo if step-siblings grow up together. But meeting as adults, I can see how it's not that weird. Your dad's smashing my mama, so why don't we also? Don't see why not. Signing a paper saying you're married doesn't make your kids magically related all of a sudden. If she was fuckable before they were married, she's fuckable now. Well, our parents moved in together before they got married and we were 16 and horny. We dated off and on for longer than our parents were married, and it was very convenient as a teenager to live in a soundproof basement with my GF living upstairs. It got a little weird when our parents caught us, but they eventually accepted it. Then we broke up. Our parents divorced and we moved to separate states. Greater than a little awkward. I'd anticipate a lot awkward. We dated off and on for longer than our parents were married. A statement I never thought I would hear uttered. Not a step-siblings, but think it's relevant. My cousin was dating this girl since they were 13. When they turned 16, their parents got a divorce and then got married to each other's. Her mom, my uncle. There was about 6 months where they were both like, fuck it, this is too easy now. Just because I'm an asshole, I love telling people my cousin is hot. She is drop-dead gorgeous, honestly. And then explaining the above situation. They are not friendly anymore, although they get along well at family events. She is the most well-adjusted of our family and on the path to be the most successful. Closest pussy. If they're not blood-related, and they don't have the sister-brother dynamic and didn't grow up together, why not? The problem starts when you break up. Then what? You'll keep seeing each other and it will be forever uncomfortable. I mean, I don't think it's relationships. It's probably just two horny teenagers locked in a house together with all the time in the world to hook up. My stepsister grew up to be a stripper. Her husband and I were friends, and I ended up staying with them during a few months of college. One night she came in my room to fake wrestle and got me to chase her to our bedroom. Monsieur, she then took all of her clothes off and her husband said he wanted to see me do her. I said no, but she continued to demonstrate her skills solo, which included putting a large wrench in her vagina. Sorry, but it was too weird. The fuck did I just read? Lies. Miss Scarlet with the wrench in the bedroom. Monsieur. Easy access for horny teenagers. Has a forbidden element which makes sneaking around and hiding it from parents more exciting. Mad at parents for remarrying, moving in another family. And it's a way to act out. Porn shows it so people think porn is real and try to recreate. Forgot to add serious. Too late. Yeah, I just let it happen and try again tomorrow. That's why my stepbrother said, "Thank you so much for watching and have a good day."